what kind of channel is this? What kind of stuff am I going to be talking about? What kind of stuff can you expect to see on here? I don't know. I guess it's going to take a two-part video to explain it because that's what I'm doing. 2 parts. Here's part 1.
Sanity runs in my family. Practically gallop.
Open your mind, socket each brain. Don't act like you didn't know I'm insane. I'm a train wreck, denim in your head. The dance of the dead months under your bed. Got no limits and got no lines. I'm over the edge and out of town.
Hey, all you drive-in mutants and pop culture junkies, you Gen X fans of all shapes and sizes, welcome to Unconformed Media. I'm Jerry. Some of you may remember me as Scary Jerry from Scary Entertainment or one of my bands, but that's a whole nother thing to talk about another time. In this video, I'm just going to be talking about some recent pickups. Just relatively recent pickups. Things have kind of been building up here. They're stacking up on me. So I'm going to go through them as quick as I can and just show you some of this stuff and then move on and let you know what you can be looking forward to on this channel coming up very soon in the near future. First, let me just start with some magazines. I'll just start out with the newest issue of ReMind magazine. That is kind of reminding me of the Sears Wish book, if you remember those. I know Gen Xers remember the Sears Wish book. If you're not familiar with this magazine, it's fantastic. It comes with like all these puzzles that are all like puzzles and trivia that are 80s related, well, 80s, 90s, even has a classic TV guide to show you what streaming services you can watch classic shows. And we got our different toys from different decades, like the Pet Rock and the Atari 2600. Throw a couple more here, like Light Bright and Barrel of Monkeys, Hot Wheels. Got all kinds of cool stuff in here. There is always a time capsule article. This one is for 1992. It was a special year for me. We'll talk about that some other time. And since we're talking about 92, let me see if I can get this close enough to you. It's small, but there is right here an issue of People magazine. And that is the Long Island Lolita story. I'm going to use that to quickly jump over here and show you something I've got coming up. I'm going to be doing a whole video about the Long Island Lolita, the Amy Fisher story. And I've got Lethal Lolita, also known as Amy Fisher, My Story. So this is told from Amy Fisher's perspective. And this one, Casualties of Love with Alyssa Milano. They got a little more star power there on that network. And this one is told kind of from Joey Buttafuoco's perspective. And then this is the Amy Fisher story, Drew Barrymore, which, okay, I might have gotten those mixed up. It's either this one with Drew Barrymore or this one with Noel Parker. One is told from Amy Fisher's perspective and the other is told from a reporter's perspective. But if you're not a Gen Xer, you probably don't know who that is. And that's a news story that just overtook the whole year. And the three major networks, NBC, ABC, and CBS, all jumped at getting a movie out there as quick as they could. And I have all of those TV movies right here, and I'm going to go through all of them, watch them all again. I've only seen 2 of them. I'm going to watch them all again and get some clips and images, and I'll go over all the movies and how they go, what all's in them, what I think of them. Plus, I'll be talking about the actual story and all of the facts surrounding the Amy Fisher and Joey Buttafuoco case. And now, get back in front of the mic. Sorry about that. And now, I had to catch up on my Delirium magazines. I had so much over the past year going on in my personal life. I wasn't able to do much with this channel. I did a little bit with social media. Instagram's been doing okay. But I just haven't been able to get a lot done because I've been focused on family stuff and personal things. And I got behind on my issues of Delirium. So I got issue 39 during that full moon sale. We got Hellbound Hellraiser 2 there. I got issue 40 with some Jess Franco. Knocking stuff over. And this is going to be one of my favorite issues without even opening it. I can tell. This Spider Baby, Jack Hill, and Sid Haig in here. I can't wait to dig into that. You can see right there, Sid was a friend, and I miss him. I'll talk about that some other time. And then, which issue is this, 42? Yes, 42. We got Cronenberg's Shivers. They were sold out of issue 37. So, or was it 38? 38. They were sold out of issue 38. I have 37. I have 39. I don't have 38, and I'm a little freaked out because I love this magazine so much. Neither of these magazines sponsor me or anything like that. I don't get free subscriptions or any kind of payment to encourage people to check these out. I just do it because I really do love them. And if you used to read Fangoria back in the day, back in the 80s, maybe even into the 90s, you would love Delirium Magazine. So definitely go check that out. Wait till they have another 50% off sale if you don't want to risk the money. You'll get it for 50% off. Just grab an issue and check it out for yourself. Lots of great classic horror stuff in there. It is a lot like old school Fangoria. But let's move on to some movies. We all know there was a Shout Factory sale. And boy, wasn't that fun. And it's still going on. Not the sale. Well, yeah, some of the sale's still going on. The drama is still going on. That's unfortunate. I'm seeing people doing videos saying, "Rest in peace, Shout Factory. It was a good run." It was a merger. They're bigger than they were before. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to go into a rant. I tried for a solid week to get people to calm down. I tried to explain to them all of this is normal. Layoffs are to eliminate redundancies during a merger. You can't have two people doing the job of one person. This happens. It happens whenever there's a merger, there are layoffs. I said I wasn't going to go into a rant, but I'm doing it, aren't I? I'm just going into a rant. They had to liquidate stock. They were losing licenses from IFC, from Fox, from Studio Canal, all at the same time. They had to get rid of those things or they were going to be dumpster material. Anyway, I'm gonna stop now and move forward. I had to catch up on some of my 70s horror, and not just horror, but had to get this horror, had to get the Sentinel. All I had to do was watch a trailer and see Burgess Meredith. This is the one with Burgess Meredith, isn't it? Yes, there he is. I'm looking right at his face. I was looking at special features for some reason. It's late. Oh, it's 5:01 a.m. and I'm recording this. Okay. Yeah, I picked this up. I picked up The Legend of Hell House. And this is one, I saw this when it first came out. I liked it. And then years went by and I thought, I want to watch that again. And I saw that Shout Factory had it, but I didn't want to buy it. And then the sale happened. And I was like, okay, at that price, I will buy Darkness starring Anna Paquin. And then some Roger Corman. I love Roger Corman. I love the Great Texas Dynamite Chase. I have it on a Corman, the Corman Collection DVDs. I have it on one of those, but now I've got it on Blu-ray with Eat My Dust, which I hadn't seen. I still haven't watched all of it. I watched about 15 minutes of it, and it looked fantastic. I loved it. I was having a really good time. I hated to turn it off, but I had stuff to do. And then, okay, let me stick to Shout Factory. Those aren't from Shout Factory. This one is, finally got this, Terror in the Isles. This was on sale, but it was through Amazon. So I don't know if that counts with the Shout Factory sale, but Shout Factory stuff on Amazon was on sale for good prices. And I finally grabbed this. I hear people talk about Terror in the Isles all the time, about what a great documentary it is. I've never even seen it. And I love documentaries. And I love horror movies, so I don't know why I haven't seen it. But I will now. And then I got this. And there is no way I'm doing a full unboxing of this stuff. I'll just show you. There's this stuff. That's really nice. I've had all this stuff out. It's really hard to get in and out of this packaging. And I have my coloring book and my crayons and some kind of Hexdex game, and I don't even know what that is. But this enamel pen set is beautiful, and there's a reflector sticker in there, and I love those. And then, of course, the poster, as usual. And then this, and no, I'm not taking this all. I'll show you what it looks like on the back. It looks like that. And notice how that crystal is displayed in that box. Yeah, it doesn't actually do that. If there's some trick to it, I haven't figured it out, because it's encased in all this. Well, obviously to keep it safe. I will take this much out just to show you. This comes out and the crystal's in there. And then here's what's in there. Nothing. There's no little stand or anything like that I can figure out. a way to take the crystal out of this and make it stand up in there like that. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that crystal. And the movie is very hard to get out of here. You have to take the art cards out and all that, and I'm not doing it. There's a 4K of the Dark Crystal in there. And it's a nice box. But yeah, there's what's inside, along with the movie. And that is about to fall off. Sorry. Okay, if you want to see the rest of that, you can see it after I get all this stuff out. And I'm going to rig up my own little stand and figure out a way to display that. Yeah, I'll have to figure something out myself. I can't believe they would just stick that crystal. There may have been a stand and they didn't put it in there or something. I know a lot of people were doing things or getting things like people were putting the NECA figures in upside down in the boxes. I saw some Night of the Creeps, those deluxe sets with the posters and the extra slip and the figure, and yeah, Tom was upside down. More than one person had that happen. So evidently things got a little wonky there. Some people stopped caring about their jobs because they were thinking, maybe I might lose my job, so I don't care anymore. Yeah, the reason I bought this, I didn't really need all this stuff. All that stuff is really cool. It's really nice. But that's a $200 set, and there was no way I was paying $200 for that. But if I'd bought the cheaper set, it would have cost more because of the sale. The big $200 deluxe ones were marked down way lower than just your small set. So I went with this one. The one that cost me less. Here we go. Here's a Halloween buy. I had to have that for Halloween. The Mortuary Collection, a great anthology from Shudder. And this, definitely not for Halloween, but I saw it. It just popped up and I grabbed it. The Dream Team with Christopher Lloyd, Peter Boyle, Michael Keaton. What a great cast and a hilarious movie that I haven't seen since it came out, and I think that was 1989. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to revisiting that. I know it was a lot of fun when I watched it the first time. And I picked up that one there. Picked up this Last Drive-In double feature, Suitable Flesh and Mayhem. I did see Mayhem on the Last Drive-In when he showed it on there, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It was funny and had horror and had action. It had a little bit of everything, and it was a lot of fun. I only saw it that one time. I have not seen Suitable Flesh. I've heard a lot about it. I've heard it's really good. It also is directed by Joe Lynch. So, and it has Barbara Crampton, Heather Graham in it. So I'm in. You can count me in on that one. So, looking forward to watching this. And this is a personal thing. I came across this by complete accident, and I had to get it. I lost my dad recently, on July 1st. And when I was a little kid back in the 70s and 80s, my dad watched wrestling with me all the time. My great-grandfather, my dad, and me as a tiny kid on Sunday afternoons would sit at my great-grandparents' house and watch Memphis wrestling. And my dad loved Jerry the King Lawler. And I saw this amazing set. This is DVD. I just was really amazed that I didn't already know about this. I had never seen it before. It's a beautiful set, and this is what's on all 3 discs. 2 discs just matches from the 70s through, I know through the 90s, maybe into the 2000s. Yeah, this goes all the way up to 2011. Jerry the King Lawler versus Michael Cole. Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. But I'm looking forward to the 80s stuff. Looks like it starts at 81. So, yeah. I'll be watching this and thinking about my dad. And the only thing I regret about this is that I didn't know it existed. So I couldn't buy it before it was too late to watch it with my dad. So I'll definitely be thinking about him while I'm going through that. Here's another Halloween pickup. I watch this one every year. It's a Halloween favorite. I have to watch it every single year. There's been, I think, 2 other releases. One other from Arrow and one from Shout Factory / Scream Factory, I believe. I didn't love the artwork. I love this original artwork on this. And this is Trick or Treat in 4K with a poster and a booklet. Really, really good. I already watched it, obviously. I watched it Halloween night, like I always do. And it looks great. It looks fantastic. Loved it. And that arrived. Return of the Living Dead. And if you've seen the movie, you recognize what's on the steelbook. Yeah. 3-disc set. It does have lots of special features, including that More Brains documentary and the 4K of the movie. And it is an old favorite of mine, so looking forward to seeing how that looks. Let me grab this as a Halloween one. I'll show this one first. Another annual Halloween watch. Garfield's Halloween Adventure. I grabbed it on DVD this year. I normally watch it on digital, but I've been watching this since I was a little kid. Every year, this has been a Halloween tradition, so I had to get this. So Halloween night, I was watching Trick or Treat and Garfield's Halloween Adventure, along with WNUF 1 and 2. Finally went ahead and picked that up. Just grabbed that off eBay. Night of the Creeps. This is the only version I'm ever going to own. I was waiting on that 4K because I thought surely the 4K will have the theatrical cut. I don't like the director's cut. I hate that ending. I had this recorded off of one of the movie channels when I was a kid. And, a kid, about 13 years old. I had recorded it, and it was the theatrical version. And then it had gotten recorded over somehow. I don't know if I did it on purpose or not. But I was wanting to show it to my cousin, and we rented it, and it was the director's cut. So it got to the end and I got furious. I was like, what just happened? That's not how it ends. Where's the dog? I was mad. Like it's supposed to end with the dog. Anyway. So no 4K Night of the Creeps for me. I'm just going to go with that one. I'm happy as long as I have that director's cut. And I'm happy when I have the California Raisins collection on DVD. The 2-disc set. It has 2 features, Meet the Raisins and Raisins Sold Out. It also has all of the California Raisins commercials and the California Raisins animated series. So, yeah, this was a big part of the mid through late 80s. I think it started, about 87 maybe? I'm not 100%. Wait, it says right here, program content 1988, 89, and 90. So, yeah. Oh, are we ending on this note? A strange note to end on for this channel, but okay. There's a series. I've watched it before and I came across this. I wanted to watch it again and I thought instead of watching it on streaming, I should just buy it. I enjoy it. I'm going to watch it multiple times. So I'm just going to buy it. And that is Camelot with Eva Green. I'm a big, big fan of Eva Green and this is so well done. The name is slipping. This guy. I cannot remember his name. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's fantastic as Merlin. He's a totally different type of Merlin. There may be a better picture of him inside here. Well, not really, no. But yeah, it says the complete first season, but that's the whole thing. There's only one season, so this is the complete series. So that wraps it up. That's all I've got. And I hope you can hear me since I'm not talking into the mic. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to get used to making sure I'm pointed toward the mic like that. My apologies. What can you expect from this channel? I already showed you the video coming up on the Long Island Lolita thing. I'll be talking about any type of physical media. Physical media to me is physical media. It's media, any kind of media that you can physically hold in your hand. That's physical media. A lot of people consider physical media to be like movies and TV, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. That is physical media, but so are CDs, which I have plenty of, 8-tracks, vinyls, newspapers, magazines. That's all physical media, and I'm going to talk about all that stuff. Because I like to physically own the things I love. Other things I'll be talking about, like collectibles. I have something cool sitting right here. This awesome Penny Dreadful. And yes, that is glass. This Penny Dreadful travel mug that didn't cost me anything. They just gave it to me. And here's another Penny Dreadful thing sitting there. A little scorpion keychain. And if you've never seen Penny Dreadful, then you have no idea what that means by a little scorpion. Oh, I didn't even realize that was sitting there. I have all kinds of weird stuff like this. Like a Gremlins pen that just happened to be sitting there. But yeah, you can see I have collectibles in every direction. I wasn't even sure which direction I was pointing at what time, but it didn't really matter, did it? Because I was pointing at something. And I just realized this spinner's backward because I was getting some movies earlier. But yeah, I have stuff like that autographed wooden stake from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I, over on the other side of the room, I have the cane from The Dark Knight, which one? The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, the first one. The sword cane that's for the fight at the end. I have a replica of that. My signed Hellraiser poster. I've tons and tons of stuff. And I'm going to do this thing, which I already did some of. You can see this thing, which I'll talk about another time, is blocking them. But there are action figures across there. Those are just things I pulled out of storage. And that one is signed by Amber Benson. The other one is Anyanka, or Anya, from Hell's Bells. That's one of my favorite Buffy episodes. As you can see, I'm a huge fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I have tons and tons of that stuff in storage. Buffy the Vampire stuff, Buffy the Vampire Slayer magazine. Right there are a few Buffy the Vampire Slayer books, including a Sunnyvale High yearbook. All kinds of just weird odds and ends, and I will talk about them from time to time. But the main focus of this channel is going to be pop culture and nostalgia. Just going back, a lot of focus on the 80s, then branching out into the 70s and 90s, because that's the bulk of my years. That's the prime years for me, for my growing up. I was a little kid in the 70s. I went from first grade to freshman year during the 80s, and then I graduated and became a young adult in the 90s and went into my 20s there. And so most of the living I did during those decades. And that's where nostalgia hits me the hardest, are those years, especially the 80s. So I'll be talking about stuff from that era a lot, but that doesn't mean I'm going to exclude the 60s and the 50s or earlier, even back to the 30s, the Universal Monsters days. It doesn't mean that I won't talk about brand new things you just saw. I was showing Suitable Flesh, Mayhem, what was the other one? Mortuary Collection. There are new things that I'll talk about too, but a lot of the focus will be on nostalgia. And I think I've covered about everything I wanted to cover in this video. This was not my intended first video, by the way. I was working on something else, but I decided to just sit down here and just do this because I had all these things stacked up. So I hope you don't hate this video too much, and I hope I can edit it into something watchable. So I'm just going to go ahead and say farewell, pop culture nerds, and remember, it's hip to be square, so corrode your conformity. Later.